Hello, guys. Welcome back. So, Lucky and I have been having a lively debate. First, we're not going to take away free goodies from the honest patrons. We both decided that that's not morally fair. It's like shutting down your business because people steal stuff. It sucks to be stolen from. Some people do make genuine mistakes, but you can't tell the difference between a person that made mistakes, a genuine mistake, and say left something in the bottom of their cart, and someone that decided to get themselves a freebie. You can't. You can't tell intent. You have to take them to a court of law and see what the judge decides. You can't tell intent, okay? It's just something we can't do as a species. You can't tell. You can have a feeling, but you can't tell what somebody's private, innermost hurt thoughts were when they did something. And to become a patron, people have to sign up with a form of payment that Patreon approves. They cannot sign up with Universal Healing Man. They have to have a form of payment ready. So when people decline, Patreon will say, please report these people to us, which I did, and please block them, which I did. Patreon is absolutely demanding that we do this because they said we are swamped, and guess what? Patreon's losing money too. It's not just, us, the artists, losing money. The platform that's supporting us and allowing us to try to have patrons, they're losing money too. And if they lose enough money, they go out of business. I lose my Patreon. Everyone loses. I will still have my PayPal tip jar, but everybody will lose everything if this keeps going on. So Patreon is working behind the scenes frantically, by the way. So if you're considering ever getting Patreon, they're working frantically behind the scenes to try to figure out some kind of legal recourse that when people have made, bad faith pledges, how to go after these people and how to get that amount. They're not going to take people to, before people freak out, they're not going to take you to court for $250,000 if you made a $5, $15, $50 pledge. But they do want to have the legal recourse to go to someone's bank and say, hey, your client owes us a bill. Right now they can't do it. Like your cable company, everything can go to your bank and go, hey, they owe a bill. They're signed up for automatic payments, they owe a bill. They want to be able to do the same thing. Legally right now they can't, but they're trying for it. So if you're considering Patreon, so you know. Personally, I would tell you not to get Patreon. I really would. There are a few people that make good money on it, but it's also a platform where there are artists who depend because they're visual artists and they draw art X amount of times a month. They're having their art stolen and republished. It's pretty bad, chronic, ongoing problem, and these people are losing revenue. And right now, the way the internet's set up, there's no way to fix it. And I even went to Loki and I said, "Are you mad at me? Are you pissed off at me? Is this punishment for something I did 12 years ago?" Because sometimes he likes to plan his revenge. And he's like, no, I didn't do this to you on purpose. No. And I went to my new business partner, let us say, and we discussed it. And my new business partner pointed out the limitations of Patreon. And Odin and Loki had already said that we are going to continue to have a Patreon. We're going to continue to produce content for you guys. But there are other things that are going to be done. It's nothing that's going to involve you guys, and it's nothing bad. It's clearly something that can't be a good verifiable revenue stream because there's just too much chance for dishonesty on it. And so with my new business partner, which I didn't know I was taking on until he propped his feet up on the desk and he's my new business partner, we discussed things and we discussed what's fair and ethical, and he agreed as well as Loki had, but he actually told me first. He said, no, you're actually going to keep producing content for your patrons. It's not fair to punish good and loyal patrons for bad actors. Let me take care of the bad actors. And I was like, okay. And that's not a threat to anyone, because this is the way the gods work, guys. If you make an honest mistake and somebody tells you they don't want to talk to you anymore, don't talk to them anymore. That's it. That's the only thing you have to do. If you deliberately cheated someone, then the gods deal with people. That's how gods work. That's how magic works. That's how this universe works. If you deliberately did something wrong, You're usually going to end up having to pay for it, and it's not because you pissed the other person off. It's just how the universe works. Some people, it doesn't seem to apply to. We can all think of individuals in our life. They're absolutely horrible people, and no sort of payment seems to be coming to them. That's true. That's true. But by and large, what happens is it comes back at the least convenient time, especially if you're working with Loki. If you're working with Loki and you intentionally start doing wrong things, it will come back at the least convenient time. It will come back when it means everything to you and there are tears streaming down your eyes. And Loki will go, "You remember that time you did this? That's what this is about." And he didn't do that in this case. I went to him and I said, "Oh, Loki, it's a new year and I have people stealing from me already." And he's like, "I know. It's been taken care of. He's taking care of it. The business partner's taking care of it. I'm fine." So, there's nothing you can do, guys. Sometimes bad things are going to happen in your life and there's nothing you can do about it. And I worked in plenty of businesses all my life, and I know people that, don't want to pay a bill, never didn't pay that bill on purpose. Okay? Nobody who has skipped out of town on their bills has ever not paid them on purpose. They always will tell you, "I forgot, I didn't know," whatever. And you know what I mean. And I'm not talking about people that are destitute. I'm talking about people that just don't want to pay a bill. There are some people that just aren't going to pay a bill. Like, you hear about these people that owe thousands and hundreds of thousands in parking fines and everything. They're never going to pay that unless they're made to. Unless you seize their house, they're not going to pay that bill. And you can't tell the difference between people. Unfortunately, online, you can't tell the difference between bad people who skipped out on a payment and genuinely good people that made a mistake or had a bank turn down a card. But Patreon tells us to assume bad actors. They tell us to absolutely assume bad actors. Now, if it would be a loyal patron who would suddenly turn down a payment, then yeah, you could contact them and say, "Hey, I noticed you turned down your payment this month." But what I do is I don't let people watch for free because Patreon is screwed up, and if I wanted you to have something for free, it would be set to public. And we make sure that we report people that have pledged and then decline payment. You have to. You have to. If you want to run a business, you can't let everybody that wants to come in and take free samples, or everybody will do it. Even your most honest, loyal customers will think, "Well, gee, you don't have security guards, you're not punishing these people. There's nothing I can do." So you patrons that are loyal and good understand there's nothing I can do on my end. There's nothing I can legally do to go after these people. Believe me, I would. I would be sitting on a tidy sum of money if I could today hit a box online somewhere and say, "Yeah, I'd like my money," because I would be promised quite a bit of money and I would be having quite a bit nice check this month, but that's not going to happen. So you do what you can do. Sometimes bad things happen to good people, and it's not your fault. You didn't ask for it. This isn't punishment from Loki or, anyone else. This isn't a test from the universe. At first, I thought maybe the universe was testing my intent to work with some of the new gods and goddesses that have shown up. It's not that. Sometimes bad things just happen. So, if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. But we figured it would not be fair to take stuff away from those of you who are good patrons. We know you don't have time to look at the stuff and nobody's interacting with it, but maybe a couple times a month we'll put something up. It's not going to be a lot because I think you already got enough on your plate to look at, but we're not going to take rewards away from people that honestly intend to pay. I mean, we understand stuff happens, but you have to follow a certain procedure on Patreon. You have to assume people that don't make their payment are a bad actor. You have to assume that. Okay, that's how it works. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.